はい、皆さんいかがお過ごしでしょうか。イーさんです。アウターワールド続きをプレイしていきます。ラジオフリーモナークで、情報屋のために取引するのを手伝うっていうところですね。よいしょ。じゃあ行きます。なんかいますね。サンジャルさん。
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others, sir.
なんか話して。終わりました。ナンディさん。あれ。
And here we have it. The board sends one of their own at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
Sure.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
何の話だよ。寛大な扱いに感謝するよ。
Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous.
Noted.
But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Now, who sent you? Rizzo's, perhaps? Or Auntie Cleo herself?
放送を止めてほしいんだが。
Oh. I suppose that means you aren't here for the salt tuna.
残念ながら違うな。
Oh, a shame. I'd been saving a bottle of iceberg aged whiskey for an occasion like this. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
本当のところあんたは何を成し遂げようとしているんだ。
Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now.
So-called is right. We've got our hazards, but we're still here, damn it. The board took off without so much as a thought for the folks left behind.
That's the board's way. Doesn't matter if you're Monarch or the Groundbreaker. If the board can't control you, they'll find a way to punish you.
Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
それでたかられたり足元を見られたりするのに嫌気がさしたということだな。
Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather costly paramour.
はい。
Can't imagine why you'd sneer at the notion of a free colony. Could it be because you're an agent of the establishment?
Monarch's a free planet, Felix. It's also fucked. I ain't a fan of the folks on the board, but if they could be wrangled to rebuild our roads, I'd welcome the help.
Your friend makes a good point, young man. I used to be young and idealistic too, but you can't run a city on high-minded ideals.
それもそうだな。
Indeed. Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
A lot of good that'll do. They'll just find another reason to turn tail and abandon you.
Not if we secure the proper safeguards first.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
まあいいや、前置きは十分だ。計画を聞かせてくれる。
It's a two-pronged approach. The first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
どうやらラプティドンの問題が少々発生しているようだが。
And a Mantisaur problem. And a Marauder problem.
はいはい。
Many, many problems, but they can all be solved with a Bolt 52 cartridge. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting with the Bolt 52, we won't need to advertise anymore. We can stop our transmissions altogether.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
このボルト50には有用そうだな。なんだ。
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance.
I was starting to get bored listening to you, till you said the phrase extremely powerful ordnance.
It is quite the rush.
どこ探せばいい
In
の
the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. These days it's overrun with marauders and raptidons.
じゃあ行ってくるよ
Do be careful. I've lost more than a few people to marauders and raptidons out there. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
ああ、まあいいや。とりあえずなんか評議会、ここはちょっと見放されたところで、評議会にちょっと加わって、ちゃんとしてもらおうっていうとこ、がっつり、ざっくりとそんな感じですかね。さてさて。なんか、登っていって、屋根行けそうですよね。ここも渡っていける。ということは、ここ、あった。なんか声がしたけど。
Hello? Hello? I hear boots out there. Wait, can rats wear boots?
おい、中に誰かいるのか。
Oh, thank the eternal. I'm Huxley. Hux if you're lazy. I'm stuck. My friends and I were scavenging here, and a Mantiqueen showed up.
Oh,
Then
Mantiqueen.
Raptidons. It was a void-blasted mess. I ran in here and, now the door's locked. Little help?
ここに閉じ込められたのか、なんでそんなことに。
It's easier than it sounds, alright?
まあまあ
Next time you get chased by Raptidons, you let me know the rationality of your decisions.
まあ、あの部屋に入る必要があるしな。
Phew. Thanks, mister. My buddy had a key, but I ain't heard him in a while. He locked me in here and took off.
マ
Probably
ジ
got
か。
munched.
探さないといけないじゃん。
So look for a dead guy, I guess. Or a rat.
ああ、胃の中。
Maybe it's in a rat belly. Gross.
マジか、じゃあ、さっき倒した。死体もありますね。お、鍵があるじゃん。違う違う違う違う。一発。止まって。確証でしたね。さてさて、弾薬あるやん。この辺アイテム全然使ってないんだけどな。お金はいるじゃん。技術キット。14。一応まあ分解ないからネックレス。これなんだろうな、売ればいいだけなのか。装飾。
Phew. Thank you so much. It was getting all stuffy in there, and I was getting a mite lightheaded, and I think maybe I was gonna die. Now I'm out here, and I'm headed back to Amber Heights.
Still landing yourself in trouble, eh, Hux?
Oh, hi, Nyoka. You mind giving me an escort back home? Oh, you're traveling with someone. Never mind.
本当に大丈夫か。
Oh, sure, I'm a runner. I'm used to getting all dizzy, and hey, who's your identical, slightly blurry friend?
助けてもらったな、そうですね。
But I ain't got nothing on me. How's about a heaping helping of appreciation and respect?
偶像破壊主義者に俺のことを起訴してくれた。まあ別にもう仲良好だしな。まあいいや。
Can
別
do.
にいいな。往生した。無事を祈る。
Thanks a lot, mister.
基本的にいい人で。また戻ってきました。
Be careful with your new friends in Amber Heights. They're not the most reliable types. Anyway, what can I do for you?
カートリッジを見つけたぞ。
Oh, yes. I'm going to be up all night with this. All those blanks waiting to be filled, boxes waiting to be ticked.
Try to control yourself, sir.
Have you any idea how powerful this is? Corporations have been toppled with less.
具体的にそのデータカートリッジはどのぐらい役に立つんだ？
What a question! Bureaucratic micromanagement is the only way anything gets done in Halcyon, and proper documentation is a key part of that. For our part, a bill of liquidation/transfer Form 52 will protect our holdings on Monarch by temporarily assigning them to a pass-through entity once we drop our bomb on the board.
するエンティティ。まあいいや、何が起きるかだけ話してくれ。
Corporate espionage. How was that, Celia? Did I sell it?
Your best delivery yet, sir.
よくやったな、サンジェ。
Celia?
とりあえずよかったな。
Already noted for your review, sir.
それでこの計画はあんたが？
I have reason to believe that one of the other corporations is operating on Monarch, illegally and in secret.
The board just can't let Monarch go, huh?
If we can find proof, I can use that as leverage to encourage certain powers that be to accept our Bolt 52 and reinstate us on the board.
証拠を見せることができる俺たちの。あんたも狡猾だな。
You really think so? I admit I've been hatching this scheme for quite some time. I just needed someone capable to help me carry it out. If someone is operating here, then Catherine's almost certainly supplying them out of Fallbrook. Perhaps she could be convinced to tell you where they are.
彼女のことをよく知っているような口ぶりだな。
That's part of the problem. She has certain ambitions for Stellar Bay, and I fear my asking her would give her the leverage she's been looking for.
Don't get yourself worked up, sir. It's perfectly natural to have a healthy fear of her.
We really don't need to discuss this now,
急に
Celia.
切り出す。なんで？では、ホールブルックに向かって不正な企業の季節の場所を突き止めればいいんだな。それからは。
Once you, subtly work out where this corporate facility might be, bring back proof of its operation. Maybe some nice letterhead. Or someone working there. That would do it.
企業の秘密基地に侵入して、そこのスタッフを連れてくるのか。ああ、楽勝だ。
A foolproof plan if I ever heard one. I'll leave the execution to you.
で、あとはそうですね。まあ、こっちの目的は止めてほしいんだよ。
You're just as rigid as the old executive committee. Why, we've hardly been able to get a clear message out until recently.
When Graham finally shut up.
It isn't easy keeping a town like Stellar Bay afloat, especially without the board's backing. We need that frequency to reach our trading partners.
あんたなら取引をするために他に方法がある。
Indeed. That's why it's imperative that MSI be reinstated onto the board. If we can find proof that one of the companies on the board is also active on Monarch, that'll give me all the leverage I need.
とり りあえず活動してることでそれがネタになるの。それでいいよ。
I knew you'd understand.
グリムにあった、グリムにあの、お兄さんですよね。まあ、いいか。ラジオの放送を止めるには、この MSI をそうですね、はいはい、カルシウム氷河に復帰させるというのが、なので、その代表のサンジャルの、依頼で、他企業がモナークで違法な事業を行っているかもしれないと疑っている、その証拠が手に入れば、ということですね。証拠を手に入れに行ってみます。ボールブルック。やります。おー。ここはまた。集落が起きました。
We gotta make for the bar. Play a couple rounds, crack a couple heads. You know, socialize.
すごいですね。ライト悪党。
Want to make a run with me to Stella Bay? Boss lady told me to take the night off.
そうですね。キャサリン・マリン。キャサリン・マリンさん。
Uh-huh. You blind, fella? Or can you not see I'm busy? Why is it every sissy pig fucker who strolls into my town expects me to smile and shout awful friendly? Welcome to Fallbrook. Only nugget of paradise in this entire law-forsaken land. Like a void damn advert.
Catherine, you're as welcoming as ever.
Truthfully spoken, I do aim to properly represent my aforementioned nugget of paradise.
挨拶が遅れました。
I'll be sure to remember that, fella. Wanna tell me what you need?
補助された。
Well, I'm half listening.
聞き直すんかい。サンジャルがいいにお前はモナークでのある企業の秘密運営について何か知っているということだ。
Might be I know something about it. Might be someone hired my crew to blind drop supplies on the northern bridge. Might be they sure as shit weren't pirates. Now that I consider it, I ain't heard from my delivery team in far too long. Find them for me, and I'll pay you handsomely.
他に情報ないのか。
If I could, I would have. It's my crew whose lives are on the line. Them dying's just bad business.
分かったよ。とりあえず枝分かれして、その背取りじゃないのかな。探ってみましょうか。ガンガンいきますよ。
Well, so long as you ain't on her bad side. Then she's liable to drown in the waterfall.
ペイトラン。はい、ここですね。ああ、死んでる。変な格好をしただけだし。ああ。調べる。オートローダーから遠ざかるように血の跡がついている。G0欲しい。その場しのぎはいいですね。いらないですね。おー、コーポレーションサービス賞。一時程度の賞です。あー、そんなに重要な賞ではない。 の後ってあんま見えないですけどね。結婚。おで、あ、これかな。この、密用のトンネルへ移動します。おー。おっと、トラップが。こういうのってコンパニオンになんとかできないもんな。撃ったらもうモノバネなんだけど。これダメなの？撃ってもダメだったらくぐれるのか。あ、くぐれた。あとはちょっと時代に注意。やべ。思いのほか威力が。なんかやばい感じですよね。敵のアジトみたいな。ピカチュウが。なんか、サーベルマーク2か。にもあった。これいけるの？ジャンプとかもしかして。よいしょ。危ない危ない。殺害ってなってるんだけど。何？大丈夫だよな。あらららら。ボルターピストル 2.0。やばい。何かいる。人がいる。大丈夫かな。
Stay back. I may be wounded, but I'm still
アウター
armed.
さんイケメンだから。
How'd you get past my traps anyway?
コツがあるんだよ。
Just remember, I still got bullets, in case you get any funny ideas. What are you doing out here anyway?
お、ちょっと傷を見せてみろ。
That feels a mite better. Wish I had something to give you, but I gnawed through my last Spratwurst an hour ago.
ちょっと悲しい顔してる。このトラップは何なの？
Cave like this makes a handy place to store goods or hide out for a spell. And the traps usually keep gawkers out.
ここで何？今朝に言われてきたんだ。運び屋が一人ここで興味になった。
Nice to know she cares. Catherine had us making drops for some big shot client out here. And before you ask, I don't know who they are. Or were. The whole point of making drops in the middle of nowhere was to keep their identity and whereabouts a secret.
死んだのか。
The Marauders knew we were coming. Rigged the bridge with explosives and everything. If they found us, My guess is they found the client too. Last I saw, they were heading back up the hill. You'll see it on the right when you get out of here. If you've got the sand to go after him, I'm sure Catherine can reward you for your trouble. Me? I'm headed back to Fallbrook, just as soon as I've caught my breath.
いいもん持ってんじゃん。デスサイズ、インフェルノサイズ。なんかわかんないからいいよ、この。よしよし。じゃあそいつらを、怪しいやつらを追いましょうか。なんかこれ大丈夫だよな、消えてんだよな。これも消えてんだよな。大丈夫ですよね。通るしかない。UDL 研究所。なんかいますね。略奪者。
Look, I didn't mean what I said about your outfit. It's very fashionable, I swear. Blowing up a piece of monarch. I want in.
やばい。ちょっとさ、スナイパーでやりたいですね、ここは。威力弱いんだよな。違う。他はこれだけか。じゃあ戻そう。プラズマカービィ。なんか敵の反応が結構あるんだけど、この中だよな。ここはなんだ、研究所。ハッキングできない。おー、ライオットコントロールヘルメット。あ、でも14か。もったいない。そこにいますよね。やばい、リーダーがいた。頼みます、姉さん。強い。これもリーダー何もできるじゃん。コンパス。これ入り口ですよね。あれ、こっち上か。またサービスショー。中程度のショー。ライトマシンガン来た。か。 レームスローは、これとか思ったらすごい重くなりそう。まだ大丈夫か。ノックユーアウトバー。チョコバーか。みたいな。ピッキング。インパクトハンマー。いろんなものがどんどん手に入るな。こいつか。ヘビーマシンガン。はいはい。研究データ。鎮圧ガス。用が豊富であることを理由にモナークが選ばれた。よしよし、これでちょっと、そうですね、証拠は得られたので、陸路おじさんがいるけど、はい。
Thank you again for retrieving the bolt. It's every bit as complex as I'd heard, but I'm up to the challenge. Anyway, what can I do for you?
UDL での秘密の実験について詳細が入っていたカートリッジを見つけたんだが。
Excellent timing on your part. I worked my fingers to nubs, but I've finally completed the Bolt 52 form. I dare say it will be my second greatest achievement after the reformations.
You're getting ahead of yourself again.
So I am. Do you have this cartridge?
ほら。
I knew there was something going on. This is exactly the proof we need. The board will have to welcome us back now. I'll transmit this data along with the completed Bolt 52 right away. After that, we'll sit back and quietly wait for the board to respond.
That means no more broadcasts from us.
なるほど。よし、これで、ラジオを流せるようになりましたね。はい、というわけで今回はここまでとさせていただきます。ご視聴ありがとうございました。